Okay, so this is going to be a more difficult video that I've had to make because this involves me in a current situation. I recently had a circumstance where a man was commenting on a woman, a man that I was in a sense seeing, and he was commenting on a woman, and this woman told me she didn't feel comfortable with it. However, for some reason, I felt the need to tell her, go back to her and tell her some of the things that he said. Now, yes, I was being honest, and that's all fine and everything like that, but I kept asking myself afterwards, why? Why did I feel the need to remind this random woman, remind her that some man is lusting after her, that he made certain comments towards her? Why did I feel the need to do that? Now, I thought, okay, well, maybe this is the whole idea of jealousy, right? This comes into play, and I've been wanting to get a better understanding of jealousy, but then I thought I had no actual emotional connection with this person, and I really had no interest in them in furthering anything, and I could care less if he ran away with another woman. So I know it's not being jealous. So I'm like, why would I feel the need to tell her this? And then I thought, well, maybe, it was going to cheer her up or make her feel good about herself, It's like a compliment. And then I said, I had to ask myself, I had to really think about this. Why would I feel that telling another woman that a man is lusting after her would make her feel better about herself? At what point is any of that acceptable? And I thought, well, my mom used to do that with me. And then she used to make certain comments and stuff like that. And I know for a fact, because of other circumstances with her and myself, that she felt a bit jealous of certain things. I mean, even when I first moved out, I got a closet. It's not nearly as big as the one I have now, but one of the comments my mom made was, I never had that big of a closet when I first moved out. You have so many clothes. Just little things like that here and there, little snide comments that kind of make you feel like shit for having anything nice or anything good, or maybe something better or nicer than somebody had previously. It's like a reminder, like shoving it in your face. So I was like, okay. So because my mom had done this with me so much, I had yet, up to this very point, to learn the full lesson, because I talk about the whole idea of loving yourself and how you should, treat yourself like a temple in a sense. You should not be lusting after people. It means so much more to that. And the energy for your sacral is very important. And all this other stuff I learned, that's great. But then when it came down to it, this was an aspect that I had yet to learn. And so I had to really ask myself why I felt the need to tell her this so that she would feel better about herself in some way. It wasn't warranted. She didn't ask for me to tell her that. I went out of my way to tell her this, thinking that it would make her feel good in some way, but that is completely unacceptable. At no point should a woman believe that telling another woman that a man is lusting after her is supposed to lift her up in any way. In fact, it's counterproductive. It's just it's almost like reinforcing the whole idea that we're supposed to be basing it off of that, the connection with a man, and to feel the validation or feel some form of self-worth or value or something like that, that we're supposed to be doing that in some way, that is what makes us us, that's what gives us, a little bit of a boost or something like that, when that's not true at all. It's not. And it took me a little bit, but it hit me hard in the face, because I was like, wow. I was like, holy fuck. I didn't realize the severity of it. I didn't realize that me saying something like that what it really was and where it's coming from. And it's not just to put it on my own mother. There's a reason why she did it to me. Okay, this is a lesson that had yet to be learned because it was passed down from generation to generation. It finally hit me today. And I was like, the real reason I did it was because, one, it was just habit, and two, I truly thought that this would make another person feel good. Like they would feel better. But then, in that sense, I still had yet to learn that part of the lesson. Because that's not true at all. That should not be something a woman needs to hear in order to feel better about herself in any way or to lift her up in any way. And it's definitely, on the other spectrum, not supposed to be something that's said just to out of a jealousy thing, you know, because it depends on the deliverance, how you say it, why you say it, and the intention. But neither of them are acceptable, really, if you think about it. And that's not even getting into the other aspect of it, where's the man held accountable, and where's he learning these values and lessons and stuff like that are counterproductive? Where is he picking up these, I shouldn't even say values and lessons, these bad habits? Where is he getting that? To understand or believe that it's okay to subject a woman to that, and that saying something like that is supposed to be a compliment, or that, you know, treating her in any way almost like an object is supposed to be like a good thing. And it's not just to put the blame on the man either. It's so easy for everybody, including myself. We all just point fingers. But to really understand it, I mean, if I were to trace this all the way back, where did that first start? Where would that first start? Where a woman felt the need to tell another woman that a man was lusting after her in some way, or that he said some sexually based comments or something like that, just to tell her that, either out of jealousy or saying it to believe that that's supposed to make her feel better in some way. Like girlfriend to girlfriend sort of gossip, pillow talk, whatever you want to call it. Like, neither of it's okay. Neither of it's good. And I'm guilty of this, absolutely. And as far as moving forward, I will never, ever want to do that again. And this also makes me really grateful that I've learned this now, because if I ever had a daughter, I would hope that I learned this lesson before I ever had a daughter. So that's a real smack in the face too. And it was definitely enlightening, and it was hard to swallow. That was a big pill to swallow, just to accept that it was another piece that I needed to learn from. And I understand it. I am responsible for my actions moving forward now that I understand this fully. And it is not to put the blame, but to get that clarity of the whole picture. All sides. Not just my own. Not just the other person's. And so if you're watching this video and you've been in a similar circumstance, whether somebody said it to you or you've had people say, you know, they talk about the cat calling and stuff like that, and it does get dramatic at points. But this gave me a fuller view of things for sure. I don't even honestly know what to say. I want to say I'm ashamed of myself, but I completely forgive myself for not knowing better or not understanding more fully. Now I comprehend it better. Now I fully grasp the situation and how even those words, despite whether or not I had good intentions, they weren't the right ones. It wasn't for an actual good reason. That sort of thing is something that is learned. And I'm glad that I've unlearned it, because I don't ever want to do that again.